Hey guys, we're live. Oh, I'm so excited. It's been a couple of months since I did a video. I tried to do one a couple of months ago, but for some reason it didn't upload, so I took it as whatever it wasn't meant to be uploaded for whatever reason. But I'm so excited this time to have a live video because when I started this, I wanted to really document my journey through anxiety and depression and my ups and downs and my lows, just to let other people know you're not alone. Because a lot of times I feel like I'm alone, and then I'll get the privilege to be able to talk to somebody or see a video that really will encourage me and give me hope and let me know, I'm not completely crazy and I'm not the only person going through this. So today's episode, as you can see, is titled Suicide Part 2. And I call it that because I've I can personally say for my life, you guys have seen the videos and they've gone really low to, what's going on in my life. This is a positive video. Things have shifted so much in my life and I'm back in a good place and I'm gaining ground each day. And so I'm really excited about that. Um, I think one of the last times you saw me, I was really kind of in this place where, and I get it, and suicide is so weird because we don't talk about it enough, and I think we kind of just put it in a box, and it is a really wide spectrum, of why people feel they need to get to that conclusion. Whether you're an old person and you have dementia and you feel like, hey, I'm ready to end it now. Um, or if you have a terminal illness and people, assisted suicide and things like that. But then there's people, that are depressed and they do it. There's people that are crazy and they commit suicide. Well, not crazy, they have mental illness. There's also people who do it as, self-sacrifice. So the spectrum of suicide is so big, and I feel like it's all grouped together. And to me, it drives me crazy when I see these videos of when people, commit that act, and then people post stuff online like, "Oh, check on your friend," and you post a suicide number hotline. Like that's crazy to me. Like, why would you post it afterwards? The damage is already done. You know, um, things you can do now if you really are that big into caring about people. Check on your friends. It's okay to be vulnerable with your friends, people that you love. That's okay to love people, because I think a lot of times we're afraid to admit we love people because we're afraid they'll hurt us. And I'm the same way. I am just like you. I have friends that come in my life for a season, and it's hard when they leave. One of my friends, I won't say her last name, but I'll say her first name, Marie. There was just a connection there that when this girl came, first off, they were saying that there's a young lady that's going to be coming from Belgium. And I was so nervous. I thought this girl's going to be hardcore. She's going to be mean. She's going to be all these things. She's super smart. So she's going to be like, a witch. She's going to be, and she was not like that. That girl helped my life in so many ways. And I think about her every single day. And we were only together for maybe, I think it was like maybe 12 months, maybe a little bit longer, maybe 18. And she really, in some ways, helped save my life. She really did. But with when I had that connection, I'm a person I love deeply. I'm a double Pisces, and so with my friends and stuff, I have that clear line with them. Even if they make me mad or we're going through something, I let them know, hey, if you ever need to talk, I'm here. If you're going through something and you just need to talk to somebody, no matter what it is, I'm here. Even if it's just to listen, not say anything, I'm here. And yeah, just let my friends know that I love them and I appreciate them, because I'm very careful of the people I let in my life and I let in my circle. So I'm able to have that open dialogue with them. I remember some years ago, even again, choosing your tribe also does help with your anxiety and your depression. I remember some years ago, just reflecting on the story in the Bible of, and a lot of times I make Christian references because that's my anchor. I do consider myself a spiritual person. I love God. I believe in the creed. That's that Jesus died on the cross, rose again 3 days, and if you call on Him, you're saved. I believe those things. There's also a broader spectrum to my belief in spirituality. But I'm not here to talk about that right now. We'll talk about that later. I promise. Right now, I'm here to talk about again depression, anxiety, and suicide. Um, Choosing the people that are around you, it matters. And in the Bible, there's a story about a guy who is sick, and his friends carry him on a cot, and they go to take him to Jesus to get healed. And it's completely crowded in the place. Jesus is preaching in a house, and it's completely crowded. So these guys get up on the roof, cut a hole in the roof, and lower their friend down. That just blows my mind on so many levels. The fact that, for one, you cut a hole in the roof of a stranger's house. The fact that you went through the time to climb through the crowd, to get to the roof, cut through a hole through the roof, get your friend up there on the roof, and lower him down. That is a friendship, and that's what I said I wanted in my life. So the people that I have in my life that I feel like are those people, I value them and I let them know, hey, I'm here for you no matter what. And when I feel like I need to speak the truth to them, I do. And when I need to be quiet, I hold my tongue. I don't judge them when they make mistakes. And some of them have made some crazy mistakes that people would be like, how dare you do that? But I've made mistakes too. And, when you make a mistake, you know you made a mistake. Anyway, I'm ranting. Um, the past few months, so, really in a low place where, and I think a lot of people feel like, for me, suicide was, I made peace with it for like, if this is my lot in life, if this is the path I need to go down that will do the greatest good, then I accept that. And, working through my pain and my issues and stuff, um, I just, it was depression, it was anxiety, but it was also at the same time like, I'm tired of living this way and I don't know how to fix it. And it's going to take more than a counselor, it's going to take more than, and I reached out to people. And you may be doing the same thing, reaching out to people, and people are people, and people can operate to the degree that they believe in. For me, it was really discouraging to reach out to different people, and people were kind of like, well, tough, deal with it, get over it, or if you kill yourself, that's just another problem that you're creating, it's just, nobody got it, and that's okay, I accept that now. But for me, my shift in thinking and everything came when I had a friend that is just, she's very dear to me. And I went and spent some time with her and her fiance. And we really talked through some stuff. I was kind of scared at first, like, oh, they're going to judge me and think like this stupid idiot. Because a lot of you know I'm just in a crazy situation. I don't want to say what the situation is or where it is. But I got stuck. And sometimes we get stuck in life. We get stuck in bad relationships. We get stuck in bad jobs, bad environments, bad places, and we don't know how to get out. And some feel like they can't get out. And again, that's why they feel like suicide, like slaves. They used to go and kill themselves or kill their babies because they were like, I don't want you to have this lifestyle because they didn't see another way. But anyway, my friend, she began to speak to me and she was like, you are stuck. And I was like, I know I'm stuck, but I don't know how to get unstuck. And she showed me that we had a chalkboard and everything. And we began to talk about it. That sometimes it was the infinite loop was what she showed me. It's like the figure eight turned sideways, and in that infinite loop, you just you loop in the situation you're stuck in. So for me, my situation was I flip out. I feel like I lose myself. I lose my shit, and then I get back on the path, and we're good. Things are great, and then it happens again, and that's what happens on the loop. And in the loop, she was saying, the thing to fix it is to get out of the loop. I was like, well, how do I get out of the loop? And she took it to a Bible verse. Do not be conformed to the ways of this world, but be ye changed by the renewing of your mind. So it's a mindset. And that's been the word that's been stuck on my mind today. Mindset. And as a mindset is what have you set your mind to? So if you set your mind to I'm stuck and this is how it is and that's how it's going to be, but if you are like, I was in a place of how do I get unstuck, and I feel like there's a door opening, and I know what I need to do. It's to get on my path of being authentic to myself in the all things, how I eat, how I speak, how I dress, how I talk, what moves I make, where I go, what people I hang out with, what dreams I'm following, and a lot of people are not authentic to themselves, and they're stuck in situations that are not meant for who they're supposed to be, and that therefore brings on anxiety and depression because you feel like there's something more, but I don't know how to achieve to get to the more, to get to the greater. And so even in my life right now, I figure I can see the open window. I can see the open door of what I need to do, of where I need to leave. I have one thing that's kind of got me stuck, that I feel like is a destiny thing, and that can also play into it. I'm sorry, I'm just a little uncomfortable. Uh, And so, I'm working that out, but I know what I need to do to get unstuck. And she also explained to me, I said, well, I was very, that's, and again, why it's so important to have friends with you that you can communicate with openly and say what you need to say. And my friend, I said, I've been struggling with these thoughts of suicide. I have these moments where I'm fine, and I have these moments like, you should just end it all. That's the way to end the pain. That's the way to end the misery. And she explained to me that it's not a physical suicide that you're wanting. You're wanting an ego death. You're wanting a death of your situation, a death of your situation to move on to the greater. And that's really what suicide is. I'm wanting to leave the situation I am now to have peace. I want greater peace. I want greater joy. I want this situation that I'm in right now to end so that I can move to something greater. A lot of people feel like that's the next life or just death, whatever. And that's, for me, that's not what it was. And I feel like a lot of people are the same way. You feel this way because you're stuck in horrible situations, a bad situation, you don't know how to get unstuck. Um, I am also drawn to the Bible verse, and it's always where I go to. Um, the story of Jesus. He had got done preaching, and he sent the disciples on the other side of the lake. He was preaching in a boat, and he sent them on the other side of the lake because he wanted some time with himself and the thing. And later on that night, they were like, "Oh my gosh, there's a man in the middle of the water walking on the water. It's a ghost." And Jesus spoke to them and said, "I'm not a ghost. Ghosts do not have flesh and blood like I do." I also like that because it confirms that there are such things as ghosts. But anyway, um, Peter, the guys are all the disciples are screaming and they're going crazy, like, oh man, like completely losing their ish. And Peter says, if it's really you, then bid me come. And Jesus says, come. And Peter gets out of the boat and he walks on the water. He's walking to Jesus. And he's the only one who did that. And he took that risk. He took that risk of what doesn't make sense, what's not logical, what's not supposed to be, what's not supposed to be happening, and said, I'm going to defy it with Jesus to something greater. I'm going to defy it with something greater in me that's calling me to do this crazy thing. And he walked on water. And sometimes I feel you have to make risks. You have to make dramatic changes in your life to get to that place of greater. And for me, I know what I need to do. I felt that way when I was in North Carolina. All my life, I've always felt that way in North Carolina. No shame to North Carolina. North Carolina is beautiful. I have so many friends and family and loved ones in North Carolina, but I always felt like this really, really big fish in a small pond. Like I couldn't breathe, I couldn't move, I couldn't do anything. All the things, ways I wanted to express myself, whether it was through fashion or places I went to. I like the opera. I wanted to see ballet. I wanted to see musicals, and those things were not available to me in North Carolina. And even when I spoke to them with my friends, they had a different mindset. Their mindset was, totally different from mine. So that's why I moved. I felt like I was called here, and so I, with $150, made the craziest decision. To me, it was a walk on water moment. I took $150 that I worked so hard for. I sold my plasma. I painted a mural for somebody. I did everything that I could to get that $150. When I pulled out of my driveway, I had $150 and I just got on the road to North Carolina. I prayed a crazy prayer. I prayed, God, if this is not meant to be, then stop me. Do whatever you need to do to stop me. In the past, I've prayed that. That is like I keep that prayer locked away in like a special, like almost emergency, in case of emergency, break this glass. That's that prayer. And so in the past I prayed it and I've been stopped, but this time I prayed it and everything was like go. And so I left, and it was crazy. I remember when I first got to New York, um, I was like, whoa, I'm here. I made it. I did it. I didn't know where I was going to sleep, where I was going to do, where I was going to eat, where I was going to work. I had no idea. And I just, packed up my car with my belongings that could fit in my car without it being too much. And I just left. And when I got to New York, I remember I was just like, yo, I'm here. And I cried for like a straight week after that. Like, just cried. Like, you could see me on the corner, sitting on a bench, just crying my eyes out. Because I was like, what have I done? What have I done? What have I did? What have I done? What did I do? Because I knew there was also no going back. Just like Peter, once you walk on the water, there's no going back from that. You can get back on the boat where it's safe, but you're on the water, man. So it's like this. So you got to take risks sometimes. And right now in my life where greater is calling to me, and I'm going to have to take some risks to get there. Um, and sometimes it's scary taking risks. It's scary financially. I'm a little bit scared financially. I'm scared. in every possible, because there's no concrete. When you're walking on the concrete, you know that the ground is going to meet my feet. Like, that's because it's concrete. It's going to hold me up as my body, gravity comes down on it. That's the logic of it, gravity, concrete, boom, I'm going to walk on it. When you're walking on water, that's crazy even say walking on water. You're not supposed to do that. That's not normal. That's not what most people do. And to even say that I'm going to walk on water, that's a crazy thought. But and when you walk on water, it's there's not that concrete underneath you. It's literally a faith walk. And so I'm getting ready to make this faith walk, and I'm I haven't done it yet because I'm still making peace with it, and that's okay to be like, God, thank you for showing me this, or showing me what I need to do. Thank you for showing me which door is the open door that's unlocked that will lead me to my next step of destiny. But whoa, I'm going to have to leave some things behind, and I'm the kind of person, I don't like to hurt people. I don't like to burn bridges, but I have to make this step because my greater is calling on it. I'm working out. There's just like this one thing in my life that I really want, and I've wanted for a long time, and I'm making peace with that. I may not be able to get it. It's actually a person. I'm not embarrassed to say that. I'm not ashamed to say it. It's a person that I feel connected to, that I feel like, we have a destiny together, and I'm trying to figure that out because they're connected to the situation I need to leave. And so I have to figure, am I leaving all that behind? Am I going to, try to work it out and then move forward? Am I going to move forward and hope that, this will work out behind me as I move forward? I'm still figuring that out because I'm human and I don't have all the answers. And so, yeah, so right now, suicide right now for me is not necessarily, it's not in the physical, but there is a suicide to the things of the past, to the things that are the mundane, the ordinary, the regular, to say that I need these things to die, and I'm going to have to die. I'm going to die to my ego, to myself, to my pride, to move on to the greater that is calling me, and I have to die to my old friends, old situations, old habits, old things, old situations. Even for me, I feel like it's even old clothes. I feel like right now I really feel this weight to get rid of all of my not old clothes. I have new clothes to get rid of all my clothes because I'm such a different person. I've changed, and there's that transition that needs to happen. Who I am on this level, I know I'm not gonna. I'm gonna have to be a different person on the next level, and so there's going to have to be a death that's going to have to occur. So it's not the death in the physical realm, it's a death in the spiritual realm of the things of yesterday, the things of my past. It's the same thing as when you're in the Christian world, people get baptized. This is an outward show that I'm a new man. As I'm going under this water, the old man is dying and a new man is coming up. That's a suicide. That's a form of suicide. And that's what the Bible says, that we are supposed to, be a new person every day. We're supposed to die to our ego, die to ourself, die to the flesh to achieve greater. The Bible is so in depth. I love the Bible from the spiritual realm that I'm in now because it's not. I think a lot of people take it so literally, and I think God was really just kind of laying out this outline of life, of what you can have. I feel like in church a lot of times we preach there's a million ways to go to hell and one way to go to heaven, and I don't think that's how it is. And don't hear I'm not saying that. I'm saying, I, I feel like God is so much bigger than we can imagine, and the plans He has for us is so much bigger than we can imagine, and the spiritual realm is bigger than we can imagine. And if we would just trust that and trust Him and trust it, there's greater for us. And so I'm in the process of dying. I'm dying. I'm dying. And I'm happy with that. I'm satisfied with that. I'm at peace with that because I know there's greater waiting for me. And I want to live my life to the fullest so that when I die in the physical, that there's greater waiting for me in the spiritual realm, in the next realm, wherever I'm supposed to be, whether you believe in reincarnation or going to heaven or whatever you believe in, greater is coming. Um, my next video probably will be the art of giving no fucks, and I say that not in a disrespectful way, but I'm a person who likes to overthink every situation. What do they mean in that text? What do they mean when they were saying that? What do they mean in that body language? I'm an empath, so I feel people's energy. I feel what's going on. Even with my sister-in-law, I can feel she's pregnant right now, and I felt it before she confirmed it. I could feel it. I to the point where I went to her and was like, "Are you pregnant?" Because this is what I'm feeling. And so coming into this new man, I have to die so that I can be born into this new place, this new world, this new creation. And even when that's how life works. Even the winter season, we go through this time of dying. The trees die, the plants die. It's cold. I hate it. And then we come into this part of new birth, new spring, new flowers. Things are birthing, things are coming, and my soul is absorbing it. So I am just so happy right now. I feel good. I'm still have moments where I'm scared. I still have these moments of anxiety, and I love that the weather is changing because I'm able to spend time with myself and think about things that I never thought about before. In North Carolina, I dealt with my anxiety. I've always had anxiety. Ever since I was a little kid, I didn't know it was anxiety. Because in North Carolina, there were more ways for me to get it out, whether it was through music, whether it was through going to church. Well, church is still very important. Um, Whether it was, for me, it was baking. I would bake all the time in North Carolina and bake from scratch, bake apple pies, bake fancy grilled cheese sandwiches, chickens, 6 layer chocolate cakes, you name it. I baked all the time, and that was whenever I always felt anxious, I would always bake pies, whatever. I would bake, and or go to the park and run, or exercise or walk. I'd be outside at like 3 or 4 in the morning walking, praying, meditating. Um, and here in New York, I didn't know I had anxiety. When you don't know better, you can't do better. And so I didn't know I had anxiety. Now that I know that I have this anxiety, I'm coming up with ways to work on it, trying to watch, my foods and what I take in my body. It's great for me. A great anxiety reliever is I will walk um, 7, 8 miles. I'll walk from Brooklyn all the way up to, and it's like a 45-minute train ride. So I'll walk it for like 3 or 4 hours from Brooklyn, cross the Brooklyn Bridge, and walk uptown here to my house. And I'm so tired. And in that walk, I get to think about so many things and release them that I feel great. And, like, that weight's been lifted by the time I get home. So walking for me is a big one. That people suggest that I need to go exercise. Right now, I don't know. I exercise at home and I do yoga, but I don't feel like I need to go to the gym. I probably should. Um, to help me feel better. I'm looking forward to this summer to doing activities and stuff. Movement for me really helps. Sometimes I dance in my room, just dancing, you know? Going to clubs. Sometimes I go to clubs and I dance. And I dance like there's no tomorrow because I know in that moment I am releasing stress. I'm releasing anxiety. I'm releasing that depression. And so, um, suicide, it's something that we need to talk about more because it's not just this box of, oh, I'm low, I'm gonna kill myself. It's not that. It's bigger than we can imagine. It's broader than we can see, and the spectrum of it is huge. And just live your life. Be authentic to you. Dress how you want to dress. Sing the songs you want to sing. Dance how you want to dance. Move how you want to. Be you. And people will look at you. People might not look at you, but people. I will say this: people will look at you and think, that's what I want to be. When you start living your brave life, open and vulnerable and authentic, people need what you have and people need to see what you have. It's so neat as a chain reaction to do what you need to do. I remember when I dyed my hair blonde, I was like freaking out. Like, people are going to call me a freak. They're going to do all these things. I love my blonde hair. I love the clothes I wear now. And I've switched in my fashion and everything. And I love it. And I see people looking at me and I don't know what they're thinking, and I don't care what they're thinking. And some people come up to me and they're like, "Whoa!" I had a guy come to me and was like, "What hair color is that? I've been trying to get that exact color." I was able to inspire him. You just being your authentic self, you never know. So I'm not gonna do the video or say the things like, "Don't care yourself because there's more to life and tomorrow the sun will shine." Those things made me upset, or uh, pray and God's got your back. I had a lot of people kind of tell me that, that go to that method, and those things didn't work. I'm going to say be true to yourself, be authentic to yourself. Get the job that dream job you've been doing. If you feel like you need to get the dream car, stop waiting for things to happen. Things will never happen when you feel like you're ready. Sometimes unexpectedly, Jesus is in the middle of the lake saying, "Walk on water, come." And you gotta go. You gotta go. When you feel that door is opening, when you feel that window is opening, you gotta go. And don't overthink, or be afraid of, you know, who you're gonna have to leave behind or what's gonna have to change because I promise you it's greater. I would have never thought I'd go on this crazy adventure that morning when I left with $150 in my pocket. that, 4 years later, I'm still here in New York. I'm making it. I'm in the lead of a musical. My dreams are unfolding. I have somebody that I just feel like is the sun and the moon and the stars. And, I would have never met that person if I had stayed here in New York. Again, let's be clear, I'm not with that person yet. I'm trying to get with that person. But just trusting the universe, releasing the anxiety, that depression with that situation, and knowing that it's all working out for my highest good. I was just telling a friend, and I'm going to leave you with this. Um, I love the Bible verse, Jeremiah 29:11. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to give you hope. I know the plans, and I kept repeating it to her, and I want to repeat it to you. I know the plans I have for you. God is saying, the creator of the universe, the same God that made the hand, that carved the hand, that carved the mountains, that his hands carved the mountains, that spoke the world into existence, is saying, I know the plans I have for you. Plans to give you hope and a future, and to prosper you, not to harm you. It's not meant to tear you down. We're not meant to walk around with these scars and to bleed out all over the place. It's to make something better out of you and to give you your best life. Go live your best life. You have that option before you. You have a life in front of you. And most of you, you don't really want to die. You just want peace. You want greater. We all want greater. And greater is okay to strive for and to want. But go within yourself. Be authentic to yourself. And greater will come to you. And so we're going to have to do some suicide. And I don't say to be disrespectful. We're going to have to die to our ego, die to ourselves, and die to our past fears, our past hurts, the people that did us wrong. And the people even along your journey. You might be at your very lowest, ready to give up, reaching out. In my mind, I kind of picture myself drifting in the ocean, reaching out for a life preserver to keep myself from drowning. And all my friends are just standing there watching me. You may feel that way right now, but it's a matter of you. You have to save yourself, and that's not a depressing thing to say. It's you have to go within inside of yourself and think, what do I really want out of this life? What is the craziest thing you can dream up? That thing that you're running from, that thing that you have to drink away, sex away, whatever. That's the thing you should be doing. And so people may judge it, laugh at it, whatevs, but that's the thing you need to do. And so I'm excited to be able to share exciting news with you all, and even the videos in the future. You're going to see changes of my content, of how I put it out. I still like this kind of raw live feel, but you will see a change in it. And the things I'm doing, check me out on Facebook at Spencer Gray, because I'm doing some things over there, some fun stuff, and even with music and shit to come. Don't give up yet, okay? Don't give up. You guys, I have no idea how to end this video. Till next time, okay?